Hey, it's Rich, the Louisiana Hobby Guy. And don't skip the intro. I'm just going to take one quick minute to let you know what I did with the live stream video. So we had some technical difficulties with the audio in the live stream video. It sort of came and went. And until we got the new cable plugged in, we weren't able to have consistent audio throughout the whole live stream. And there were just a few different glitches in the audio. So what I've done is I've taken a few hours and I've chopped up all the audio and tried to make adjustments to it in the parts where we lost the audio completely. I'll try and voice over for you in this video. And it is a long video today. So, but we do cover all of the features of the new GalvoMATIC by Roly Automation, and you'll get to see the actual demonstrations of the different types of lasering that we do. We did wood, we did tumblers, we did business cards, and everything else. So you're going to want to watch the whole video. It is a long one, but if you're interested in having a machine that is absolutely state-of-the-art, brand new to the market, and there's nothing like it out there, then you're going to want to watch the whole video. So sit back, grab a cup of coffee, relax, and let's get started. We're here for the GalvoMATIC, and there it is. So we're here to talk today about the GalvoMATIC. This is the new GalvoMATIC, but we're not going to start with that. What we're going to start with today is this over here. This is the very first laser to hit the USA from Roly Automation. And this is Leo, the owner of and head engineer of Roly Automation, who created the LaserMATIC 10, which is one of the best lasers that I've ever seen. And the way he created this was not, how can I sell a product and make as much money as I possibly can? What he did was he contacted makers like me. I happen to be one of them. And he said, what would you like to see in the ultimate diode laser? And I gave him a list about that long. And so did everybody else that he contacted. And he came up with this. The very first, ever since this machine came out 2 years ago, every other company that's seen it has tried to copy it, but no one's been able to do it because this is more of a commercial grade machine than a hobby machine like you see most of the other companies. They're looking to cut corners. They're using plastic where this is all metal. They're using cheap acrylic, thin acrylic for the covers. They tried to copy this the best they could, but they couldn't. So, Leo, tell us a little bit about the development of the LaserMATIC 10.
Yeah, so what I did was I gathered a lot of data from user groups of other lasers, and then wrote down all the pain points, and got opinions from experts like you, and then we tried to throw everything together into this one machine here. I can tell this is one of the earlier units because it's got the mechanical limit switches here. I think we made about 10 or 20 of these before we switched to the magnetic. Right. So this is one of the very first units here.
This is the launch unit, by the way.
Yeah.
This is what launched Roly Automation here in the USA. So then came the Mark II. So Leo got a lot of feedback on this machine as he started selling them, obviously. And the feedback was mostly great, 95%. And then there was, the 5% of people that said, hey, I wish this. And hey, I wish that. Everybody had a wish list for more and better features. And Leo went back to the engineering table, and we wound up with the Mark II. A lot of you know it as the MK2. So the Mark II was a leap and bounds above the original LaserMATIC 10. So tell us a little bit about the Mark II.
Yeah, if you, I don't know if those in the audience still remember, the LaserMATIC 10, when you got it, you had to put the panels on yourself.
Yes,
right.
I
Piece
did.
by piece. Yeah,
I did.
So with the Mark II, we made it into an integrated enclosure. I think right now there are still a lot of other laser brands that have the assemble process. But we got rid of that with the Mark II. We bumped the power from 10 watt to 30 watt. We got the integrated air assist.
10 to 20.
Oh yeah, 10 to 20.
10 to 20. Yes.
Yeah, and 30. Yeah.
And then 30.
Yeah,
yes.
That's right. Yeah, we got the integrated air assist. And we made the honeycomb. I know Rich really likes this one.
My favorite.
We put locating pins on the honeycomb, so it's even more accurate. The overlap between the physical origin and the origin in Lightburn.
That what a laser should do, in my opinion, what I've always said, you've heard it in my live streams before. I've said it to Leo. I've said it to anybody that's asked me about lasers. If you take it's a CNC machine. It's a precision machine. So if you take and drop a piece of material in the 0, 0 position, you should be able to design in that from that 0, 0 out. So what does that mean? That means you don't need to frame. You don't need a camera. You don't need a lot of things that you need with other lasers, even though this does have the camera. And that's the way to maximize your material, because you can always save that file. Let's say you had a 12-inch by 12-inch piece of wood and you did 4x4 in the bottom left corner. You still have 3/4 of that wood left. Just save that file as a template, reopen it, dock it in the bottom left corner, and then design in those other areas. You maximize your workspace that way. And that's the whole idea of having a computer controlled machine, is so that you take advantage of that technology. And I don't think there's any other company. I just got a $16,000 laser 2 weeks ago, and I can't do that with it. So I don't think there's any other company that sells lasers that delivers on maximizing the use of the computer aid. So now, the next thing that happened, let's get started.
All right. So this is the GalvoMATIC. The first thing you'll notice here today is that it's completely silent. That was one of the biggest or most common complaints we got with the LaserMATIC, is that it was loud at idle. So with this one, all the fans on the machine does not spin until the laser starts running. The other thing you'll notice is that there's no wires coming off of the machine besides the power cord, because this machine is Clipper based and it's a natively wireless connection to the user's computer. Look at the camera?
Yes, please.
Oh, I was looking at all. Okay. Then we can go over some of the basics about what this machine is, and then we can show you guys what it can do. So it looks like the LaserMATIC XW, besides it's a little taller. It's got the same 24 by 16-inch work area. What we added is there's a motorized Z-axis now with the autofocus. So in terms of exterior dimensions, very similar. But the similarities kind of end there. What we have instead of a traditional laser head is we have a Galvo scanner at the tool head. And this Galvo scanner can travel across the workspace, and we can combine the speed of the Galvo with the workspace and versatility of a traditional dial laser.
So what type of... Okay, so here is our first audio glitch, and basically what we're talking about here is just how the actual laser fires. So the laser module is stationary in the back of the machine, and it's firing through mirrors.
Both stationary at the back. That lightens up the gantry and allows us to bump up the speed and the acceleration. So the tool head can move at 800 millimeters per second at 5G acceleration. So that's 5,000 millimeters per second squared. Sorry. And then there's the Galvo scanner. The Galvo scanner can scan at 2,000 millimeters per second. And in terms of effective acceleration of the laser focus spot on the wood, it's of course in a league of its own. It's about 800,000, so 800G. is how fast the dot can jump around on the wood. So it's a leap in performance, and I think later on we're going to show how we get that working across a wide range of jobs, not just the traditional 100 by 100 work area that people are used to with Galvos. Okay, all right. I think we can start with our first demo.
Okay.
An important thing to note here is this machine is still G-code based, so it's compatible with the Lightburn core license. And I'm going to jump on the computer and show you how that works right now. So we're going to start with our first demo.
Okay, so here's our second audio glitch, and basically there's not much going on right now except Leo starting the burn, and he is describing for us how the Galvo is working. So it's a flying Galvo. As you see, it's not coming straight down, as most Galvos don't. And it's going to start by engraving, and this is going to engrave and cut. And here comes the audio back once again.
And it's moving these shapes into an area that the Galvo can process, which is 100 by 100 string. And once it's done with that area, it will jump to the next area and you engrave a second panel. You'll see in a second here. So with smaller shapes like this is kind of where the Galvo shines the most. It's able to use all of its acceleration and speed. This is, I believe, 54,000 or 900 millimeters per second. Yeah, so I'll just let it run a little bit here. I noticed you didn't focus the machine.
Thank you, Jerry. So it has autofocus, obviously, Leo?
It does have autofocus, and we're going to show that in towards the end here. This demo was designed such that when I put the wood on, it's above the top of the polygon, and that's kind of the default focus surface. Yeah. So yeah, now it's moving on to the second.
It is switchable. Someone's asking, is it a straight 40 watt or is it switchable, Leo?
It's a 40-20 switchable diode. But what I've been finding in testing is that mostly you just use the 40. But it can be switched to 20.
And yes, it does core framing.
The spot size changes with the power level. At 80% power and 40 watts, the spot size is about 0.18 by 0.16, which falls in line with most of the 40 watt diodes out there.
And to answer that question, yes, it does have autofocus, and it does focus differently than a regular diode. Yes, that's autofocus. And Harold, I don't have any control over the sound. Our mics are up in minus 10 decibels. So try it from here so we get a little bit more, but it might get too loud. There you go. Remember, spot size is not dot size. Yeah, you want to address that, Leo?
So the numbers I just mentioned, we get them from engraving a piece of anodized aluminum and then putting it under a microscope and just measuring the width of the line. So actually, we're going to come to a key moment here.
Yeah. Yes.
So
it's coming up. There it is. Now it's going to come.
Yeah, so we've been getting questions about how this machine cuts. So there's a swing arm that comes down and locks the Galvo in the perpendicular position, and it goes ahead with the cutting. The air assist comes on by itself. We'll take care of it.
No, it does not cut clear acrylic. It's a diode laser. Can't help it, Bill, with the sound. There's nothing I can do. I turned it up. So basically a Star Trek movie. Beam me up, Scotty. That's what it comes down to. You'd have to be next to talk this way. You know, on my mic, Dimitri. Pardon me? They can't hear you. So. Oh, they can't? I'll read my lips. Talk this way. Okay.
It's like you see the beam right now, and it literally looks as if it's a Star Trek movie, basically.
No, that's not a lens. That is just a pass through. So the laser is passing directly through that the center of that aluminum. That's not a lens.
That's basically the air assist nozzle.
That's the air assist nozzle.
I don't know if you could see that, the red beam on top coming from the fiber.
Okay, good. Thank you, Mike. Stand by, Richard. We'll get to that in a little bit. That's cutting with Lyle. That's cutting with the diodes.
Yes, I do. I have these numbers. So this Kleenex box on this laser, if we do all 5 panels, is about 14 minutes. And on the GalvoMATIC, on the LaserMATIC Mark II, it's about 45. Yeah.
You can find all these specs on the website.
It's 4 times this.
Yeah, it's a third, 3 times faster.
No, Jack.
Yeah.
No swappable lenses.
Yeah, I picked this demo because it kind of shows where the Galvo is at its strongest and where people have questions and doubts, which is funny, right?
Joe is talking about how can you show about how the diode is air cooled. The diode is not air cooled; it is water cooled. Okay, Joe's wanting to know. Can you show how it's water cooled? Not really. There's a radiator. If you look at the screen right now, you'll see the top left. That is the radiator. And it's sort of like a water cooled computer.
Yeah, it's all in one water cooler.
Lori, stand by. We're going to get to that.
Yeah, there's a cooling block that so the diode is attached to the 2-head. I don't know if I mentioned that. And then there's a cooling block here. The water gets cycled into a pump and then into the radiator here. The radiator draws air into the machine, so it's always taking in clean air. So we sidestep all of the issues we've been having with the Mark II laser module, where the fan gets very dirty and the electronics also has soot in it. So this is all in an enclosed space here. Yeah.
Okay, so don't forget, guys, that we will be giving away a beta version of this machine to one of you people that are here in the chat tonight. You must be in the chat for your name to get picked. If you leave, it'll be taken out of the spin the wheel. So we're going to do a spin the wheel later on in the night. We also have a raffle going on right now at lahobbyguy.com/GalvoMATIC40. If you go to that website right now, you can enter a different raffle. We'll be giving away 2 of these tonight in this live stream toward the end. And we were going to answer a lot of these questions in just a little bit.
Okay, I think I should probably jump back on the computer and explain how we started the job on Lightburn and the machine started engraving, just like you would a regular diode. But there's a little bit more going on behind the scenes. So we do have a Lightburn Buddy program here. It's a program that bridges the G code from Lightburn and the machine, which has the flying Galvo. It lives in the background. You don't have to pay attention to it if you don't want to, but it does bring a little more functionality. So like I said, there's no new things to learn, but it just lives in the background. And what happens is it will grab all the G code from Lightburn in one go, and it will store it in a file and pass it onto the laser. So there's no continuous stream required between your computer and the laser. This makes the wireless, this makes the connection very reliable because you push the data in one go and you're not keeping the connection alive. So we avoid the problem where if you have a communication issue, we have had users that, the machine will stop, but the laser is still firing, and that's a safety risk also. So that's what we do. So besides a really reliable connection, what this program does also is it translates the G code. It will detect when you are low speed, high power, then it will deploy the swing arm, and it will group whatever shape or engraving job you have into kind of the optimal mode of operation for the galvan. And I think we can show the next one. So we just showed engraving of smaller shapes, and this covers a lot of usage scenarios. Like it covers business cards, it covers all the coasters, it covers any sort of jewelry. So it does a lot, but we're going to go into more use cases right now. So I'm going to start with the next demo, and it's an image engraving. Okay, I guess press start.
So with this one, you guys probably know image files are the largest because there's a lot of data. So it takes a few seconds for the data to get transferred to the machine. It should get started shortly.
And Leo, this is all wireless, correct?
Yeah, that's right. No wires. So now the purpose of this demo is to show two other ways that the Galvo can move. So the first one here, on this camera, you see the Galvo is scanning in one direction, and the tool head is moving in a perpendicular direction. So it's implementing the XY while the Galvo is scanning. So this works if one dimension of the file is smaller than the scan range of the Galvo. Yeah. And it can work whether it's 90 degrees or it can be any angle.
Well, right now it's connected by Wi-Fi. And what other connections do you have with this?
Oh yeah, so it's not pure wireless. If you guys prefer wired, like maybe a garage setting where the wireless connection is not so good, we also have the Ethernet cable Ethernet for on off the line, and that can be wired also.
So they can literally use this remotely.
Yes, but we don't encourage you to do that because we should always stay
Yeah, you should be in the same room as your laser. But the great thing is you can get this. The great thing is you can plug in an Ethernet cable and go onto your network with it.
Yeah.
Which we haven't done the whole time you've been here. So it's been on Wi-Fi the whole time.
Yeah, well, Ethernet is useful for initially configuring Wi-Fi connection. So the machine can yeah.
All of these questions that are coming up are going to be answered. Leo, what Raspberry Pi are you using on this?
Honestly, I think lock it forward, but I think on the Russian version we're going to switch to the computer locker 5.
Okay.
It helps mostly with vision tasks.
All right, so here is our next audio glitch, and I think this might be the last audio glitch. When we wind up changing the cable, maybe there's one or two more. I don't know. We're just talking about the way that the laser is scanning. So as you see right now, it is using the Galvo, and it's running north to south, so the Galvo is not moving. When it gets to about 100 millimeters, you'll see that it'll slide over to the next 100 millimeters and continue the scanning. So this is scanning in a vertical direction right now. It can also scan in across the X, and you'll see that demonstration coming up next. So when it gets to across the X, it's going to be sort of like a paintbrush effect on the laser beam, and you'll see that in just a moment. But there's not a whole lot of important information that you're missing out on right here. This is basically just a demo of the scan, and I think we had maybe a couple of audience questions, the live audience questions while we were doing this. And another thing that I wanted to point out here is that we are using, when it comes time to show the final product, we're using a camera that is 18 feet across the room and it's zoomed in. So it's sort of a blurry image, but the audience was really stunned by the results. Came out absolutely crisp and clear, as you would expect because of the fine dot size on this and the COS technology. And in a moment when it finishes this job, you're going to see the actual paintbrush effect on a larger version of this. And actually you're just going to switch the scan here. So that's coming up any minute. This file is almost finished and it'll be switching over in just a moment. Coming down to the end here, and pretty soon you'll get to see that, and the audio is going to come back on any moment.
That's something so much to learn how so we use the same it's not water, it's a coolant that's the same in like gaming PCs. Okay. So they take care of that. So this is a short demo here, because we don't want to engrave a whole image. So what happens when the direction you want to scan in, the dimension along that direction is larger than the scan range of the Galvo, is we divvy up the work between the x-axis and the Galvo. Yeah, so it's kind of in a paintbrush motion here, and with this, we're still getting a lot of benefit from the speed of the Galvo.
So here Leo is just talking about the benefit of having the Galvo and the X motion together. You'll see that the Galvo outpaces the actual X movement on the laser. And that's basically the only thing that you're going to be missing in this part from the audio glitch. Again, sorry for that. The audio will pick up in just a moment. So what you're doing is getting a much faster speed, because not only do you have the movement from the X back and forth, but the Galvo is also firing and moving, sort of like a paintbrush is what we coined it, and you get a much faster scan that way. So I guess it probably increases the speed of the scanning by about 50% having those two work together. But the actual audio will resume momentarily. You're not missing much by missing the audio here, folks.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you're saying if the picture is not a perfect rectangle, if it gets smaller up near the top, something like this. So right now we take the bounding box of the entire image, and you can imagine we have kind of a coordinate transform where the center of the entire bounding box is where the Galvo is pointing straight down, if that makes sense. It could be a little more intelligent. The way we don't do it that way is because what if there's an abrupt change in the width of the image, right? So yeah, this way, it's not the most efficient, but it covers all use cases. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna. Oh yeah, you want to point it at the camera.
So go over the two modes that you did here again.
Okay, so the first mode is if one dimension of the image is smaller than the scan range of the Galvo, which is 100 millimeters. In that case, you're doing all of your scanning with the Galvo, and you're pushing the two head in the perpendicular direction. And the largest possible dimension is actually if you scan 45 degrees, because then I will move it down.
And again, here we've got a new audio cable on the way, and you're not missing much because this is just a tool change, swapping out the honeycomb for the rotary bed.
So now we get to rotary engraving. You guys probably seen this one. Yeah, so with tumblers, you rarely do just one, right? So we made a tumbler panel that goes in place of the honeycomb panel that can do 4 at a time. Oh, yes. Okay, so sorry. Rich, can you put me on the screen?
There you go.
So here we do need the help of our buddy program a little bit. So here we're just gonna select the rotary that is active. So right now it's rotary 1 and 3. So we just enable it, and then I'm gonna open the next project. All right, this one, let's see, what do we say? Remember current position. So yeah, it has to be in current position mode. And then remember to enable rotary. Thank you. Okay, I'm gonna enable the rotary. So here I'm gonna cheat a little bit because I know the diameter of the tumbler. So it's the save positions, like with the LaserMATIC, we have a saved position which is rotary 1. And that's the only safe position we need because it will remember the other rotary positions. So we'll go to rotary 1, and then we'll select we'll move it down the tumbler to the position that you want. Let's say 35. Move it to 35. Oh, I forgot. This is a fiber demo. I need to switch it to the fiber source. So how?
Oh, okay. Hang on. This is the what? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We missed something there. This is the what, Leo?
So this is a fiber demo. We're going to show off our 20-watt fiber source here.
Okay. So in the laser right now, you can see he's got the 4 jigged out tumblers that it can do at once. As you can see, there are 4 chuck rollers in one table, in one roller table. So go ahead.
And this is the fiber source here at the back of the machine.
Can't see the fiber source. The gantry's in the way, but
okay, all right.
It's in the back. We trust you.
Okay.
Okay, back to Leo, and
yeah,
want me to put your screen back up?
Yeah, please.
Okay, there you go.
And to switch to fiber source, you can do it with our buddy program, but you can stay in Lightburn also. We have some macros here, and this button here is toggle laser source. We toggle laser source, it says it's set to fiber, and we're in fiber mode. And then we select what we want to engrave. We're in current position. I'm just reading the notes I made myself here. Okay, yeah, we should be good to go. Start. Okay, so coming back to the machine here, it's a normal rotary engraving, but it's just going to automatically copy it to the 4 positions. That's it. And it's a fiber source. Yeah.
So basically, for batching, you can actually use 2 of these templates. So 8 rotaries altogether.
Yeah.
And while one is engraving, you're actually changing tumblers and loading up the second batch to be engraved. So
Awesome.
you have 100 pieces to go through. You're done within the hour.
Are you done within the hour?
Well,
You're done a lot sooner than you otherwise would be. Yeah.
What is the maximum size of a tumbler?
So the maximum size is 32 ounces and with a 4-inch opening. But this is a prototype. We're gonna open this up a little more so we can accept 40-ounce tumblers with handles, like we do with the drop-down mount on the LaserMATIC series. Yeah.
And this one is set for a white engraving.
Yeah, that's right.
White
Yeah.
on stainless.
Yeah, it's a silvery finish.
I just have to put this. I've got 1,200 coasters to do. This would seriously make it so much faster.
Yeah.
Well, wait, because we haven't gotten to the best part yet, where we'll show you about those 1,200 coasters.
Yeah.
Okay, so I believe it is now doing the line after fill, if I'm seeing properly.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. I don't know how the silver is showing up on the camera. It's okay?
It's showing up.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. It is an actual fiber laser. Yes, it's a 20-watt fiber laser. It can engrave anything that a 20-watt fiber laser can engrave.
Now, obviously, we're running at modest speeds right now.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
And it's just finishing up that line after fill and moving on to the next tumbler.
Yep.
Yes, this is really, really quiet. Right now we have the fume extraction turned off because this is not going to, we're annealing right now, so it's not going to produce heavy smoke or debris. The frequency range, someone's asking what the frequency range is.
It's 27 to 62 kilohertz.
27 to 62.
Yeah, for this job, I have it set to, I believe, 28 kilohertz.
Okay.
We'll make that an adjustable option in the buddy program.
Yeah, Raymond, this is not the one that accommodates. This is a prototype. So the one that will accommodate handles is still in China. It's in development.
Mm-hmm.
Even though it has switched to the fiber output, it's using the Galvo to do.
That's right.
And no, it will not do deep engravings like a MOPA laser. It will do the same thing any other 20-watt fiber will do. We're going to get to price in just a little bit, Andrew. Stand by.
You know, this is a switch, right?
Yeah, it's a Q switch. Yeah.
Well, that's great to hear, Sandy. Yes, Jack, that's right. The cover is rated for both 455 and 1064.
Yeah, that's why it's got the darker color.
Yeah, that's why it's the odd color. It's not like LaserMATIC.
Yeah. It's a more mature color compared to this bright orange.
Very good.
There will not be coupon codes for this. No, sorry. Roly Automation does not do coupons. They sell at the lowest price that they possibly can. So it's not like other companies where you get to their website and you get a pop-up says spin the wheel and win this and do that. And nope, that doesn't happen here. Sorry. Yes, John, all of these specs for this are on the website. And I've got that on the bottom of the screen right now, rolyautomation.com. That pre-order has launched.
Oh, yeah, we forgot to mention that. Yes, the pre-order has launched. Yes.
I put it up already.
Oh, okay.
And what data will be provided on how to get different colors on stainless? The way you get data on different colors on stainless is to run a material test like any other material.
Right. Oh, I'm going to disable.
So mainly with a blue light on steel, you can achieve nice blue colors, nice orange colors.
And yes, the prices are online. So there is the white engrave.
Yeah, it's a little small because we don't want to be here for.
Yeah, we did a small size, so it wouldn't take too long.
Yeah.
Buy one, get one free? I don't think so. Okay, there you can see that jig table.
Yeah.
And I believe Dimitri is going to change it out. Oh, Leo's going to change out to the jig table.
Yeah, so the jig table makes a return. It's really well matched with the machine because each jig position can be processed by the Galvo, and you can get up to 24 positions. Yeah, they match really well together. Okay, gotta put this in. Oh.
All right. Oh, yeah. So the next demo is business cards, like these.
To Sky, if you want to respond to this one, she want to cut vinyl records.
No, but no laser is going to cut vinyl records. It's very toxic. It's not good practice, so don't do it. Take this banner off the screen so we can see it better. There we go. So Leo is about to run 6 business cards, 6 of his business cards.
Yeah.
And how many stations did you say this jig table can hold? Up to 24?
24, yeah.
Yes. So up to 24 jigs on this table.
It depends on where you're doing, but if it's less than 100 by 100, 24 positions.
Right.
I'm going to cheat again because I know the focus here.
How many jig bars does the laser come with?
So our plan is to offer 16 with the regular size, and the XW will have 24 jig bars.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here we go. So we're doing business cards now. Nice to see that you're starting the price point at a fair price. Yeah. Dimitri and I both disagree with that starting price, but
Yes.
we can't talk Leo out of it. Where is the link for pre-order? Okay, I took the link down for right now, but it's been there the whole time during this live stream, and I will put it back up as soon as these business cards are finished because it covers up the business cards.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, this one's not going to be so bad. Oh, no, less maintenance than the Mark II. Less maintenance. The average lifetime on the 20-watt fiber,
I don't know.
it's usually 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
So there you see we're going to business card number 4. Prices are on the website. I'll put the website address up in just a minute. There are several prices depending on which model that you order. I want to be able to engrave guns in the fiber equivalent. Well, this is equivalent to the F1 Ultra, but it's not for engraving guns. I wouldn't engrave guns with either. The laser itself is whisper quiet. Yes. When it stops running the job, once the water radiator turns on, if you're using the diode, once that cools down, everything turns off and it's whisper quiet. Prices are going to be on the website, guys, on the website. I'm going to put that banner back up now. There you go, right at the bottom of the screen. Is this better than an F1 Ultra, honestly? Come on now. What kind of question is that? If you don't honestly think so, I would leave the stream right now.
It's like an interval.
Yeah. So. Yep. Turn off the filter.
Okay, so Leo, can you talk for a minute about the speed of this laser, the fiber?
Yeah. So
we didn't have audio earlier, so
okay. So the Galvo scans at up to 2,000 millimeters per second, and the fiber will. The fiber will do everything. Oh, here. We'll do everything. A normal 20 watt Q switch fiber will. So
right.
Yeah, this business card, I think that took 5 minutes. And if we were to do this on the LaserMATIC Mark II, it would be 16, I think.
Yeah, and that was 6 business cards.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think we can go even faster. Daniel was mentioning today, but I didn't want to play with the parameters too close to the live stream, so I just kept it this way.
Yes. No, the filter is not. That's my air purifier.
Yeah.
But you search out for Pat Technologies, and they make the filter box.
Oh yes,
Best on the market.
I'll mention one.
Roly will be having a air purifier. It's in development right now in the future.
That's right. By default, this machine it doesn't have a fan here. By default, it comes with an inline fan, and the inline fan plugs to the back of the machine like your air assist currently does. So it's going to start and stop on its own, and our air filtration box will do the same thing. It's going to draw power from the wall, but it's going to receive signal from the machine. So we don't have to be bending down and doing this.
So if Dimitri can turn that camera just a little bit to the right, we can see that there is no fan in the back there. There we go. You can see the exhaust hose is connected directly to the laser, and it goes straight to an inline fan that comes with the laser instead of a computer fan that you're used to seeing.
That's right.
Thank you, Dimitri. Any changes to the camera?
Oh, yes.
Let's talk about the camera for a minute.
Yeah. So that's the last thing I wanted to demonstrate was the autofocus.
Mm-hmm.
So right now
there is a pass-through, but we're not going to focus on it tonight because that's still in development. What RPM? You mean CFMs for the inline fan?
I believe it's 300.
Yeah, 300 CFMs. So
okay.
It's probably going to be larger than anything that you're going to buy yourself.
So basically, we'll throw this anywhere on the grid.
Hang on 1 second. All right, go ahead.
And it'll autofocus for you.
There you go.
Yeah, so it's another macro inside Lightburn.
Hang on a second. I'll put you up on screen. Go ahead.
And then I click the autofocus button. It's going to find the object, and it's going to autofocus. And
We'll do it one more time.
Yeah.
Will you tell Rick what he just did? Like throw whatever on the table. So
yeah. So basically, anywhere we throw the material, the laser will go and find it, autofocus, and move the bed up and down for its focus point.
There we go. He's autofocusing now.
Okay, that's it.
Will it find multiple objects?
Yes. So we are running a small AI image recognition model that segments the picture between object and not object. It's going to always go to the largest object. So wait, hold on. No. Sorry. Okay, but it's going to go to the largest object. Yeah. That's right. And there's a manual mode where, sometimes objects are complicated. They may have multiple levels. It's not smart enough to distinguish. You bring it manually to where you want to focus, and then you hit the focus button.
Quick question on the Wi-Fi, Leo. Is it both 2.4 and 5 gigahertz?
That's right.
Yeah.
Another question on the autofocus part. So a lot of the techniques that you use, especially when working with fiber lasers, you defocus a little bit, like 1 millimeter or 2 millimeters, so you can have a better anneal on the stainless steel. So with buttons for the manual focus, we can correct that by 1 millimeter down with 1 push or something like that eventually.
Yeah, so right now the buttons are 1 millimeter increments, and then if you do a long press, it's a continuous jog. Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay, what are we going to be doing next?
What do you want to talk about? Pricing and availability? That was Okay, so let's get into the pricing and availability of the machine. So I'm on the website. I didn't make a slide for it. So these are the prices. It comes in 2 sizes and 2 laser source options. There's a regular, which is 16 by 16 inches work area. And then there's the XW, which is 24 by 16 inches work area. All right, so now we go to the 40-watt diode. With the 40-watt diode only, and the regular size is $17.99, and the XW is $19.99. And the 20-watt fiber is at the regular size is $27.99, and the XW is $29.99. So those are the prices. And in terms of availability, we're going to try the hardest we can to deliver to US customers by the end of July. To other regions like the European Union, Canada, UK, and Australia by the end of August. And the rest of the world, we will have to ship from our factory in China, and that's also starting at the end of July.
So let's concentrate. We're going to go to the local audience here and see if there are any questions. Anybody? Hands?
So how does lens cleaning go with this particular model?
Okay, I can show that real quick. So I am going to drop the. So there's a few things to talk about here. So the first one is the lens that's closest to where there's the most smoke, and that's the air assist cover window, right? So with this one, you just you just unscrew it like that, and it's a window like, oh, maybe I should point it here, like so, and then after you clean it, you can put it back on.
And Galvo is just as easy. You don't have to take anything off.
Yeah, the Galvo here, there's, of course, I'm going to move the camera. There's a cover window here. And then there's an f-theta lens. So the whole thing is sealed. So you wipe that off. The fiber reaches the tool head with 2 reflective mirrors. And the mirrors here, I don't know if it's showing.
Yes. Yeah.
So there's a cover window here. And then we have this rubber band here that covers the mirrors. So that's also a sealed area. So you don't have to worry about that. And the same thing at the back of the machine, there's a window there that so the only one you have to clean and change maybe is this one.
To take up the only one you have to take apart is just the cover of the air system.
That's right.
Everything else wipes clean. Very easy to clean.
So I have a question for someone here in the chat that says, how's the framing on the laser? Because Galvo lasers traditionally has the preview mode that kind of a jump and create a shape.
Mm-hmm.
Is that option going to be available in any time or update or something like that?
It will be on the final version. That functionality is not here right now.
First, a comment. Seeing this in person is amazing. My second question is, you've shown a number of options for the machine, the jig table and the rotary. Will any of those be included in the first price, or are they all additional purchases?
Oh, that's a great question. I forgot to mention that. With pre-orders, we're going to be giving the jig table away included with the machine. Yeah.
But otherwise,
I know that I was asking you something like this earlier. We're talking about this, the camera. Usually on all the Rollies, we need to calibrate the camera for different thickness and stuff like that. But this one moved a bit. How that works now?
So the camera is wireless, and right now there's no live feed into the computer. So you click a button to grab a new picture, and then you click Update Overlay in Lightburn to push it to your overlay. And the machine comes pre-calibrated, so you don't have to there's no camera calibration. And because the tool head stays at the same Z level, we're moving the z-axis up and down, the focus plane is still, right, static. So there's no need to fiddle with different camera profiles with different thickness material either. Yeah.
Looking at your prices on the web, they look really fair. My question is, with tariffs in place right now, and especially additional tariffs on aluminum, how are you going to handle that? Is it going to be shared with the customer and with Roly, or is it just going to be the customer's responsibility once it lands?
Yeah, so that's a fair question. So the price right now is, the tariff levels as they stand today.
Including ship.
Yeah, I think it's still workable. But if the tariffs keep on going up, we might have to look into doing the final assembly here in the U.S. But we'll see as we go along.
For further development, this is guys. We're just looking at the pre-launch right now, and this is the beta version that will be packed up tonight and sent back to China tomorrow. So.
I just want to compliment Leo on what he's achieved there. I think I'm impressed, and
Thank you.
There's nothing else on the market like that right now.
Yeah, it took a lot of work.
They're going to be following. They're going to be jumping at the design tables tomorrow.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, this is a wireless connection.
Lots of R&D going on over here.
I've got a fiber laser at home. Is this fiber or the Galvo head, let me say, is that going to be calibrated when you get it? And is there going to be features in there where you can calibrate it if it starts, fuzzing out or, making ovals instead of straight lines and stuff like that?
Yeah, since that's not part of the Lightburn core license, we have a setting page in the buddy program where you can input kind of the scaling and the distortion parameters for the Galvo. And of course, there's going to be two sets of parameters, one for the blue laser and one for the IR.
Leah, you have a question that's asking about the Z height up and down. How much is the range?
2 inches, 50.8 millimeters.
50.8.
Yeah, the bottom pan is removable like it is on the Mark II.
This is great. Congratulations on a good job.
Thank you.
Great to have those two heads. Now, I know you're always thinking ahead and future products. Do you see additional heads becoming available down the road for this machine?
Yeah, I think what we have here is a great skeleton that we can work and build upon. For example, we have plenty of cooling capacity at the 2 head with the liquid cooling. So we can go to 60 watt, 80 watt diode. And of course, with the fiber, we can get up in wattage also. But we have enough on our plate. We're sticking with the 40 and 20 right now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You're just so good at innovation. I can't see you just stopping here.
Oh, no, yeah, we have more ideas.
Will you be able to run both laser sources simultaneously?
So this is what we are recently learning also, is if you run it simultaneously, there's some great interactions that make the engraving faster and cleaner. Right now, we're not able to because of the power source is limited to 350 watts. But I don't see a reason why we can't with the final version.
Okay, so yes, there will be a Mark III, but that's going to be later on at the end of the summer. Mark III is in development. This is a brand new machine that is all its own.
Yeah, I think so we've been talking about a Mark II upgrade kit. So some of these features can transfer over to the Mark II, like the natively wireless operation, like the fan that only comes on when the laser is running. And the biggest improvement we have to make with the Mark II is improving the reliability of the modules, in particular the 30-watt module, with a filter so that you don't have to disassemble the fan as much. We got to improve the way the fan wire connects to the laser control board so it doesn't get clipped as often. So that's coming after this machine, and then we'll work on the Mark III. Okay,
let's go to the chat questions. How about a fiber UV head? No, I don't think that must on it.
Nope.
Maybe if you have $10,000 or $12,000 to get started, on something like that. Does the radiator allow for antifreeze? It's a closed system, Jeffrey. Radiator. Yeah, that's pretty good. Imagine your 10-watt laser except 1,000 times faster. I like that comment. You're getting a lot of compliments here right now.
Thank you.
Okay.
So what about the OTA system right now for future firmware upgrades and software?
I haven't thought about that too much. I'm trying to make it work from the factory so it doesn't need updates. But Clipper can be updated. So it should be possible.
Okay, so the raffle has closed online.
All right.
Leo, how long to pre-order?
How long, as in?
How long will it be running?
How long will the pre-order be
Yes.
running? It will be running up until we start delivery on, and it comes obviously as a, first come, first serve. We'll start delivery at the end of July. I think in the beginning, based on past experience, we'll probably do 50 machines a week, and then we can ramp up based on, how many orders we get.
So here we go. We're going to pick one winner from the website raffle, and there we are.
Oh, Michelle Kaufman.
Michelle Kaufman, if you're in the audience watching right now, I'll be sending you an email in the next 24 hours, and you can claim your new GalvoMATIC. Congratulations to Michelle Kaufman.
She is online.
She is online.
Fantastic.
Great. Okay, so we've finished with that. And Leo, you want to give another one away, right?
Yeah, to the live stream audience.
To the live stream audience. Okay, so let's switch over to that. And we're going to give just a few minutes. And if you see what's on the screen right now, it says type pound Galvo in the comments. Type pound Galvo in the comments. And we're starting to collect comments now. Entries now. You don't? Here we go. We are about to pick a winner. Good luck, everybody. You will need to confirm this by saying "I am here" in the comments. Here it comes. Here it comes.
This is exciting.
Oh, looking comments. Richard, are you here in the comments? Congratulations.
There he is.
There he is, Richard.
Oh,
okay.
I'm here. Yeah.
So, Leo will give you more information on that right about now. Leo?
Oh, in terms of when the winners are going to get
The winners are going to get their machines, yes.
So we are making 20 beta machines right now. A lot of it for internal testing. We'll send Rich one. So if the winners want, we can send them the beta machines, and then after that testing is done, we can exchange it for a final production unit. Or if they want to wait for the production unit, we can do that also.
So you have a choice. So if you guys want to get your machine as soon as possible and become part of the beta program, then you'll get it as soon as possible. If you'd rather wait, or if you want to exchange it when the final version comes out, Roly Automation will exchange it for you at no cost. Or if you want to wait until the final version comes out when the bugs are worked out, then you can wait too. Okay, any final questions from the audience before we wrap it up? We are right at 1 hour and 30 minutes, which was the schedule for today. I'm happy that we kept to that schedule. Any final questions before we wrap this up? I want to thank you all so much for watching. I want to thank everybody here in the audience for making the trip here from far and wide. I want to say congratulations to Leo and Dimitri for putting out such a fine product, to Leo and Dimitri for your excellent what you would call A1 support. I know a lot of you out there have had to talk to Dimitri about support in the past, and I'm sure that he's solved your problem. So thank you everyone for being here in the live stream tonight, and we'll see you in the next one.